viewers, welcome back to the South Main Auto Channel. Got a 2013 Hyundai. It's the Veloster, whatever that means. Money lights on, airbag lights on. I don't know what engine's in it, but rest assured it's big. So let's get at it. Whoa, it's not big, it's huge. How many litres is that thing? Do we got a sticker anywhere that tells us? Gotta be probably almost 2, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. 1.6 I'm thinking. We're gonna throw the battery maintainer on it because we don't want this thing going dead on us. Well, we've got our key on. I've got the Altel plugged in. What we're gonna do there is we're gonna just do a system scan on it and see what she has for codes here. Put this baby in power supply mode, turn that on. Go get the Altel. Wow, lots of them. When I pulled it in, it was just engine light and airbag, so these are probably some history codes. Small leak and very small leakage. Bunch of history codes in ABS, and then 1490 occupation classification system defect. Interesting, he did tell me, thankfully, on his passenger seat, I spilled a bunch of stuff at some point. So that's good to know. The rest of these are history codes, except this one here. It'll go cut off. So we're gonna have to address these and see, but he did say that that passenger side seat got soaked at one point. I don't know how long ago. But let's get after the engine light here. We'll go right into the engine. I think these Hyundais just use a standard purge and seal type system. So we'll pop into data here and we'll see if we can see fuel tank pressure, make sure that looks normal. I don't know what they call it. We'll just search everything with fuel. There we go, fuel tank pressure, almost atmospheric, so that's good. 2.5 volts, that's pretty normal. Must work kind of like a Ford. Let's see if we have a purge. We do, our purge is at 0, and I don't know what they call the vent valve, if they call it a vent valve or not. Let's try canister. Oh, okay, canister shutoff valve closed, canister shutoff valve is off. So it does look like this is probably a purge and vent type system. Go active test. Do we have any things? We have our purge valve. Oh, and there we go. Canister shutoff valve for doing leak test. That's probably all we need. We should be able to turn that on and off. Key on engine off until button is stopped. It continues. So that should shut off our canister vent valve. So let's get out the Avoca-Smkoa. This little guy. Now we gotta find purgey. Must be this. Is it a purge? Is it? I don't know. Is that on the back of the throttle plate? Goes around town, and down. Airline with its fuel line, so that's gotta be the purge, baby. So we're gonna tap right into that. Let's get the Smkoa. So it's kind of funny, yesterday I had to ask Mrs. O, I said, hey, you run down to DG for me. I said, I need some baby oil and some coffee creamer. And she doesn't even ask. She doesn't even say why. No, it just goes down, gets me some baby oil and some coffee creamer. I think that's when you know that they've just given up on you. And they just quit asking. And then I asked her, I said, don't you want to know? She's like, no. Like, okay. That's good, so I'm gonna unhook the rubber hose here because we need a place to tap in. And the reason I needed some baby oil is because my smoking machine quit working yesterday and I needed it. No, it's not proper because it doesn't have the UV dye and stuff in it. But let me tell you what, that stuff will roll some clouds. Looks like a 15-year-old with a vape. That's the wrong side, fella. I mean, this thing just rips them out of there now, so that's good. That's what we wanted mostly. show you. Don't do it though, obviously. If you're using the leak tamer, I don't think OTC would be happy with it. Just mineral oil. But it seemed to work pretty well until I spilled it all over, but now our smoke machine's shiny. But baby, she blows some clouds now, fellas. So we're gonna stick that in the purge. Fill up the vapor system. I'm gonna go shut that vent valve off with the scan tool here. First, we're gonna let it kind of fill up some smoke until it starts leaking out the back there somewheres. Oh, look, oh, it's leaking out the dang gas cap, I think. I got some smoke growing right there. Okay, we're gonna shut her off, so I hit the start button. The fresh air for the vent may come up by the gas. Sometimes it does. But I did turn it off here with the scan tool, so we can see it's off. But we don't know if it duty cycles it, is the only problem. Where's she coming from, baby? No, that's definitely... Is that coming out of the gas hole? I don't think so. I think it's coming from around it. Yeah, I think that's coming from around it. Well, let's get underneath this thing and find out where the fresh air for that canister vent is. Yeah, I think that's coming up and around the filler neck. So here we are under the rear of the automobile. Canister, EVAP canister. Tube going over here to the vent. This must be a filter. And then outlets, and it follows the filler neck up. So like I assumed, it does vent up by the filler neck. At least that's where it gets its fresh air from. I got it turned off right now with the scan tool. We're gonna turn it back on. I'm gonna see if I can feel it. Yeah, so it's actually, we can hear it now. So that's interesting. So let's turn on the Avoca-Smkoa again. See if this baby's sealing. I'm gonna go kick the smoke machine on. Okay, smoke machine is on, and then we're gonna look up by the filler neck. Yeah, I see it, she's starting to roll puffs already. But did this thing, I think I heard something go, did this thing kick off? Let me see. Smoke machine doesn't build that kind of pressure. Turn it back on. Yeah, I'll be damned, it kicks back open. Okay, just a minute. Stand by. Stand by, let me shut the smoke machine off. So that's interesting. The smoke machine only builds, I think, a ½ pound of pressure, but there must be something default in the system. It must be seeing fuel tank pressure, because then we heard it kick off. So I guess first thing we need to do is verify that it can seal, which we can unhook this tube here, verify that it seals, and so on and so forth. But instead of pitching around with that, let's just take a pair of vice grips. We're gonna assume it seals. Never assume, but we're gonna assume it does. We're gonna pinch this off, and we're gonna see if we have a small leak. Now, once we pinch this off, allowing it to not open on its own, then we're gonna run a smoke test on the system and then see if there is a leak. If there's no leak, then we're gonna verify that this does or does not leak. So that's pretty interesting. That's the first time I've seen the smoke machine build pressure beyond a system's threshold. So we want to make sure that this is pinched off tight, like a tiger. So we're just going to pinch off that hose. Hopefully that's got it. I'll probably stick one out here on the outlet just in case, just to be sure. It doesn't take much bypass to create a small leak. We will turn on the Avoca-Smkoa. And then our flow gauge, we should be able to watch that drop, you know, as it seals up, the leak's flow gauge is gonna drop, but now we gotta let it fill full of smoke here and see what we got. I can hear some hissing from somewhere, so we're gonna stop here and we're gonna go back into live data and we're gonna look at our fuel tank pressure. Enhance. Right there, can you see there? Then we're gonna go fuel. Tank pressure point. I told you it's only about a ½ pound pressure. I'm gonna go shut the smoke machine off. We're gonna see how fast that pressure decays. Should be pretty rapidly because I can hear it hissing. So I shut the smoke machine off. Yeah, and she's dropping like a rock. So it's actually a pretty good sized leak. So let's turn the smoke machine on and wait for this thing to fill up. I might have to go get Mrs. O. My sniffer's not working. I got the Rona about a month ago. I still can't smell or taste anything. It's super annoying because I got a gigantic nose and I can usually smell an EVAP leak a mile away. I think I see some staining. Right up by that bolt hole, right? Intense. You guys see the staining? Let's see if I can get it light up in there. See how that's got a wet spot? And I think that's where I hear the hissing. Right there by that bolt hole where it goes into the canister. I think the canister's cracked. I do see some smoke. I see smoke! Who remembers that Bill Cosby routine? I think Bill Cosby's a bad guy now, isn't he? Back in the day though. Okay, so there's some smoke rolling. Sometimes when it's rolling out of a pinhole, it's hard to see. Let me get a rubber hose, show you a little trick me mom taught me. So you get yourself a piece of heater hose. One end, you stick on your ear like this. The other end you're talking to. Hello. And then, not really. You hold it on your ear, your good ear, and then you stick it by the hole. Oh yeah, it actually works. Not like I'm surprised. Let's see if it works for you. I'm gonna stick it by the speaker. This camera picks up everything. So I'll stick this right here. Stick that right there. Hello, can you hear me? I'm talking in a hose. Let's stick that up. So hold this right here. I'm trying to hold it without knocking the camera around. Hold that right there. See if this works. This is not by the leak. This is down here, and this is by the leak up here. Leak? No leak. Leak? No leak. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but it was a fun try. The other thing we can do is just spray some bubbles on it. You don't spray bubbles, you ding dong, you spray soapy water, and that makes bubbles. If we got the right spot. Come on, you frig hole. I think we're okay. Sometimes if the leak's too big though, this doesn't work. Let's see where we at, fellas. Yeah, like you totally missed. I don't think we're gonna be able to get back in there. Oh yeah, there's some bubbles. He's hissing now. Yeah, Mom, can you guys see that? There's a couple bubbles for you. Gosh, you can hear it. What am I trying to prove? That's where the leak is. On the heads. There, now you can hear it. So what's the fix, folks? New EVAP canister, that's the fix. So where the bolts go into the canister on the ends, they tend to swell up and break and then crack the canister. So not uncommon in the PRNY to see that, because cars tend to get a little rusty here, in case you haven't noticed. So I just looked under the seat, and glad I can't smell. Long story short, as they say in New York, he did tell me it was a soap bottle that exploded on the seat. That seat is completely saturated. And then this problem happened afterwards. I've got to believe it's in the lower bladder. I'm not really going to go much further with it. Because like I say, the entire seat is just like soaked with soap. So, and then having this problem directly afterwards, all of the electronics underneath the seat are dry and dusty, so it has to be in that bladder. It must have got into the wiring and has done some wonky stuff there. So I'll see what he wants to do with that. You know, if he wants to get, I gotta go wash my hands. See if he wants to get another bladder for it, or if he just wants to leave that. I'm pretty sure he just wants the engine light fixed so he can pass inspection. So can't blame him there. Older car, 7, 8, 9 years old, so almost ready for the scrap heap here. And just like that, I left you folks hanging. Home here, editing out the video, getting ready to put it up, and see, I definitely leave you a happy ending. And that's no way to finish off. So the Hyundai, the guy's going to do his own deal with everything, with the EVAP canister and with the airbag. He's going to get some stuff on the eBay and get her fixed up. Anyhow, didn't want to leave you hanging. So hang out down in that comment section. The questions, the comments, the concern, find us on the Insta, the Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.